Hey guys, so today I'm reviewing this foam air mattress pad that we got off of Amazon. Now, first thing I want to say is I don't know why they didn't come up with this idea sooner. This foam air mattress pads are amazing. This one feels just as comfortable, if not more comfortable, than our bed at home, and I have been known to camp out in the living room with this pad itself. Now the bag is quite large, right, when it's all rolled up, so this is not a pad that you want to get if you're trying to save on space, backpacking or something, but for glamping or just going down to the campground, this is very nice. Has a shoulder strap, which is a nice addition, so carrying it back and forth to the car is nice because there is some weight to it. It's not small or lightweight. Now, this stuff sack, or this bag that it comes in, is actually meant to help you blow up the mattress after it's unrolled. I've never had to use that because it actually self-inflates very well on its own. It does take a few minutes, so I will set this up first in my tent and then just let it self-inflate while I'm unpacking other things. If you need to inflate it quicker, you can always blow into it or use an air pump, but really that's not necessary. Once it self-inflates on its own, I might blow into it a couple of times and then it's going to be the perfect thickness. Now, something to keep in mind, when we first got this, it was actually rolled the other way. So this was on the outside. So we first thought this was the bottom and this other side was the top. However, once we blew it up and tried that on the dark gray side, it just felt like a regular air mattress and we were actually getting ready to return it. And then I had the brilliant idea of like, well, let's see what happens when we flip it over. And that made all the difference. When it's properly laid out and inflated, you definitely feel the foam. You know, it's not quite 100% like a foam mattress, but so much better than trying to sleep on an air mattress. I mean, you don't feel like you're on a water bed. It doesn't feel like you move a little bit and then the whole mattress keeps moving. It has nice softness, but also firmness, right? You can add or let out air if it's too hard or too soft, but then it has the give and the comfort of sleeping on a foam mattress topper like you would have in your bed. So this is great thickness. It's perfect for sleeping out, in the tent. You don't feel the rocks or the hard ground through it, even when sleeping on your side. And lengthwise, it fits very well. Even my wife, who is 5'8", she has no problem sleeping on this and still having room to spare. So this definitely gets 5 stars. It has saved our camping experience because we were at the point where my wife was ready to ride off camping because these little air mattresses or sleeping pads were not comfortable for her. And honestly, after we got this for her, I went out and got one for myself as well because it is so incredibly comfortable. So here it is. If you guys want to sleep in your tent as if you were sleeping at home, get one of these. One last thing to note is when you are rolling it up, you want to make sure that you close the air valve. Now the air valve on here is a two-way air valve. So I don't know if you can see in the video, but you can rotate it here. This is letting air in, flipping it around, lets air out. Now because this mattress is so thick, you want to obviously get it as small as possible when rolling it up. So you make sure your air valve is closed and it just lets air out. And then I'll usually fold it a few times and sit on it like this to try to get as much air out as possible before I start rolling it up. And then once you get as much air out as possible this way, then you can go open it back up, but you can see it still stays thin, and then you can roll it up as you would a regular sleeping pad or a regular sleeping bag.